So in this video we'll be seeing about the SetFilePointerEx function. So this is the extended function for the SetFilePointer function we have seen in the previous video. So this is somewhat straightforward method. So let's see the parameters. So the first parameter is the file handle, and the second parameter is how much distance you want to move the file pointer. So here the large integer is nothing but 64-bit number. So you give the number directory or the 64 bits, and in the third parameter you will get the out parameter. So that means the function writes the value into this variable, that is the pointer to the new file pointer. So this indicates that our file pointer position. And the last one is move method. So we have seen in the previous video file begin, file current and file ending, and if the function succeeds the return value is non-zero. If it's 0, then we need to call this getRasterError to find out the error code. One problem with large integer in Rust is in Windows API Create they have changed the definition. So let's see this. So large integer. So if you define and now hold Control and left click on this, you should see the definition of this large integer, and it is a union. Large integer S is the structure and large integer U is the union, and the quad part is long. If you go to this large integer, then you should see the structure which contains low part and the high part, and also another structure, and finally a quad part. So what we going to do is we need to specify the lower part and the higher part of the value we want to specify. The quad part is the 64-bit integer. If your compiler does suppose 64-bit, then you can directly use the quad part. Otherwise you need to divide that 64 number into two parts. The first 32 bits goes to lower part and the next 32 bits goes to higher part. So if you going to declare this union using Rust like this, quad part is equals to 3. Now this gives us an error stating that the member does not exist, because they have made this one private. So I have googled a lot for initializing this large integer and did not find any solution. So now what we are going to do is we are going to use this large integer underscore S structure. So use this one. We are initializing with the zeros, large integer underscore S. Now this structure have two fields, lower part and the higher part. So let's go and initialize those members. Lower part is 3 and li dot higher part is equals to 0. Now let's call this function SetFilePointerEx. In the file handle we have opened the file handle using create file A, and second parameter is distance to move. So let's call this one li, and the file pointer let's call this as i64 is equals to 0. Now move method is 0, that means from the beginning. Now we will get an error stating that this one is not a large integer. So expected structure large integer but found large integer underscore S. So what we are going to do is we are going to cache this raw pointer into the large integer. So ampersand mute li. So this gives us the mutable pointer, and we need to cache this as ampersand mute underscore. So this underscore is whatever the data type this li is. You can also put large integer underscore yes, but you can just simply say underscore. It will get the type of this li variable. Now we have the raw pointer to this li, and we need to cast this as here star mute large integer. Now you will get another error stating that this is a pointer but not a large integer value. Now put brackets in this. We are going to use the dereference operator asterisk to actually go and refer the value at this address. Now in the same way, this is i64 and it can hold the 64-bit integer nicely. Now cast this as large integer. Now we are good to go. If you go and build this one, you should see no errors. So now we are good to go. And if res is equals to 0, then that means there is an error. And we are going to exit this process. Otherwise we are going to print this new file pointer position. So let's go and run this, and we should see the 3 as an output. Now you can see 3 as an output. So that's how you use the large integer structure in Rust, and we have seen the SetFilePointerEx function to set the file pointer to the new position. So that's all for this video.